we felt ashamed being a human being. So much need to be done, and yet we didn't extend the cooperation, the help to the people less fortunate. That's all I can say, because if you talk about enforcement, you talk about any other things, it's too tied up in the whole circle of work. So unless we do it ourselves, use our initiative and do something, then only things will be done. And it will be done only through a long period of time. We can't enforce things immediately, and we can't do things too fast, because too many entanglement in politics, in any other things. So unless we have an educational program to start with a new generation, starting a training and education through a new generation, and in time, and maybe 30 years down the road, we'll find better Penang. Thank you.
Kit Mitchell, I'm a consultant with UNDP. Don't be ashamed. You've already done a lot that is very good, both as a local authority and as a bus company, Rapid Penang. Some of the things that have been done aren't quite right, but they can be put right relatively cheaply. There are gaps in the network, lack of connectivity. But again, you've done 3/4 of it. I think you'll have central Georgetown a lot more accessible within 2 or 3 years. Getting the whole of Penang accessible will take 20 or 30 years, just like it took 20 or 30 years to get Britain and the United States as accessible as they now are. And they're not perfect either. But don't be ashamed, you've done a lot already, and you're right on the threshold of making things better. But as you said rightly, building it right and getting good buses is the easy bit. Managing it and getting the cultural change that makes enforcement possible is the difficult bit. And that will take time, and that's what you need to be starting on now through education.
This is my first time on wheelchair. So walaupun saya daripada welfare department, so I'm very happy to be one of them on wheelchair. Dan saya rasa kebajikan selama ini selalu memberi bantuan saja, tetapi tidak pernah untuk untuk melihat lebih mendalam tentang kemudahan kepada OKU. So ini pertama kali, this is my first experience. So I'm thankful. Thank you very much. Dan saya rasa penat sikit sebab tangan sudah lemuk.
Disabled man. Okay. I was on a wheelchair for 2 years, so I don't have to elaborate how painful to be on a wheelchair, how dilemma that you have been facing, whether at hospitals, at roadside, bus stand, shopping complex, you name it. The state or the country have never provided anything. To me, it's still zero. Whatever we're doing is, when we make pavement, it's meant for the water, it's not meant for human beings. When we make these obstacles all the way, you can see, I list down, I think, my whole pages for me to bring back to the councils. It's ridiculous. I have to say, because I'm on a wheelchair for 2 years, and when HR knew that I survived because I want to live. That's why I'm still here today. Secondly, I say, a lot of people say, oh, give it times, no budget, no times. To me, we are politicians. The rakyat want to see changes. You don't deliver that within a short spell of time, you got to go the next round or the next few rounds. So delivery is most important thing. Within our budget, we have to see, people want to see, when we change the government, we want to see changes at the roadside, changes at the hospitals, changes at school. All this is our political, we have to move with political will. We have no choice. That's in short. But the dilemma that we all face through within this Harvard day, I've gone through within 2 over years. Thank you.
Okay, just now I experienced I'm a blind person crossing the traffic light. To me, I think by crossing the light, if it's not OKU friendly, I think will be a problem to the OKU. Because I feel that, initially I was shivering a bit because I didn't know whether the car will knock down me or not. But later it's okay. But I think there's a lot of obstacle. I mean, during our pedestrian, and not only we have to be enforced very strictly, but also one of the things is the public awareness campaign. We have to educate the public that they have to take care of the walking. They cannot simply do as they wish. And I also, for the budget, I think if the engineering department can come up with their proposal, I think we will look into it and we will make sure that the budget is approved right. Especially now, this one is during our preparation of the budget time.
Good time, good time.
It's just in time lah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to hear that. So we will send you a report with our recommendations.
Good afternoon. I'm Zahari. I'm a councillor, and I'm a building surveyor, engineer. For your information, it's good news that at last the university has already, the School of Housing, Building and Planning has introduced the course called building surveying. Beginning the first year intake happened, and I'd just like to tell you that actually the problem that we face in local authority throughout the country, because we don't have a well-trained building control officer in our local government. Nobody is trained by architects and engineers. I think we need building control officers, building surveyors to play a prominent role in checking building, following guidelines and giving approval. Not only during the design stage, but also checking that out, implemented during construction as well as maintenance and upgrading of existing system. So this is good news, and the Institution of Surveyors Malaysia has started that division about 10 years ago, and is now being pursued to have its own act called Building Surveyors Act. As like or rather the Board of Building Surveyors is going to be established to look into this act and so on, implementation, and also good news too, the JKR is having their own building maintenance section to be managed by building surveyors. So I think overall we are going to the right direction, and I'm sure my student will be very much involved in studying design, proposal by architects, and review and see whether they meet guidelines. And surely guidelines also need to be updated every now and then to meet this requirement, old age, disability, and so on and so forth. So I'm very happy I have a chance to go through the whole thing and make sure that the syllabus is well given. Thank you.